meant. Relying on the strength of his heroes and elephants, the king treated neighboring countries with contempt. The benevolent sway of this king reached far and wide, and his vassals served him with perfect loyalty. 36. When the general loses a battle, they do not punish him, but present him with women's clothes so that he is driven to seek death for himself. In his country there is both Mahayana and Hinayana monasteries and stupas of Asoka. On the northeastern frontiers, in a dark valley, a samarama was constructed. Its lofty halls and deep side aisles open into the face of the rocks. Story above story they are backed by the crag and face the valley. In the Great Vihara there is a stone figure of Buddha about 70 feet high. Above it there is a stone canopy of 7 stages, apparently without support. On walls of the Vihara are painted the different scenes in the life of Buddha, the wondrous signs of good fortune which attended his acquirement of nirvana. These scenes have been cut out with the greatest accuracy and fineness. This convent was built by Ahitachala or Achara. 37. Second War with the Pallavas. Pulakesin's success against the Pallavas was not destined to last much longer. The successor of Mahendravarman I, Narasimhavarman I, was very active against the Chalukyas since his accession to throne. He wanted to avenge the defeat of his father, and with this end in view he largely extended his sphere of influence. It appears, after the death of Mahendravarman, Pulakesin invaded the Pallava kingdom for the second time, but he was defeated by Narasimhavarman in 3 battles, Parayala, Manamangala and Suramara. Then the Pallava army pursued the Chalukyas and entered the Chalukyan capital triumphantly. To quote Kuram plates of Paramsvaravarman I, Narasimhavarman, who wrote the syllables of the word Vijaya as on a plate, on Pulakesin's back, which was caused to be visible in the battles of Parayala, Manamangala, Suramara, etc., and who destroyed Vatapi, just as the pitcher-born Agastya destroyed the demon Vatapi. The city was plundered and many people, including women and children, lost their lives. In one of the gallant battles, Pulakesin himself lost his life. The Pallavas erected a pillar of victory at Badami. The Pallava victory disorganized the whole administrative machinery of the Chalukyan Empire, so much so that Emperor Vinayaditya, the grandson of Pulakesin, could truly say in his Saurabh Grant that the Lord of Pallavas had been the cause of the humiliation and destruction of the family of the Chalukyas. Thus from 642 to 655, for a period of 13 years, the power of the Chalukyas, which Pulakesin had striven so hard to exalt, remained in abeyance, while the Pallavas dominated South India. Pulakesin was undoubtedly one of the greatest rulers of South Indian history, great alike in the arts of war and peace. He was not like Samudragupta, an undefeated general, for he had to taste defeat at the fag end of his career at the hands of the Pallavas, his natural enemy. Though the record of his conquests was broken down by the Pallava king, his imperial achievement is creditable when we bear in mind the initial difficulties he had to face and ultimate success over almost all the kings of South India and over Harsha, the North Indian overlord. As an administrator, he was active and just and devoted his personal attention to details of administration. He may rightly be regarded as the real founder of the Chalukyan imperialism and should be credited with a remarkable share in the advancement of culture characteristic of his dynasty. Vikramaditya I, 655 to 680. According to the arrangements made by Pulakesin himself, after his death, Vikramaditya succeeded to the principal seat of the Chalukyan government, while his brother Chandraditya ruled the outlying provinces. When the Chalukyan kingdom was enveloped in darkness and confusion due to the defeat of Pulakesin at the hands of the Pallava king, Narasimhavarman, the feudatories of the Chalukyas, the Latas and others asserted their independence, thus threatening the strength and unity of the empire. Thus the restoration of the unity and the fallen prestige of the family became the first concern and consideration of this new ruler, Vikramaditya. In this great task, Vikramaditya received a good deal of help by the Ganga king, Durvinata, his grandfather. Taking advantage of the disturbances in the south, Vikramaditya shattered the power of the Cheras, the Cholas, the Pandyas and the Kalabras. He inflicted a crushing defeat on the Pallava king, Paramsvaravarman I.